Welcome back to an episode of We Are again in the Driftwood Tavern, or kind of still in the Driftwood Tavern, and we're going up the stairs because there's still a lot of stuff that we can get. Starting with the... actually, anything down here seems to be pretty safe. Let's see. We are going to pick up this, and there's nothing in there. Alright. Save. Oh wait, look at this. There's a painting of the landscape. Right about that. Oh, there's a spirit. Spirit of Seaman Stubbs.
The town is poor. This room is rich.
What's going on here?
A ghostly seaman stares at the captain, his lip curled in a malevolent grin, his eyes wide with hate, and all the time he rings his bell. He registers your presence. His head swivels towards you.
Do you bone sail with her, or are you with us?
Tell him you don't like the sea, but things happen at sea. Tell him you'll gladly sail if you're sure of your captain.
Then you won't sail with her. She ran the ship upon the rocks, although I rang the bell. That light weren't no lighthouse. I rang the bell in warning, and she ran the ship upon the rocks. You ran the ship upon the rocks, Captain, and all the crew were drowned.
The ghost swivels his head back to the sea captain. The bell rings on.
Good. Yeah, there was some new thing. Drowning her sorrows. What could that be? Spirit of Seaman. Still weird. So what else do we have in here? That one just goes all over the place.
Do you hear it? Do you hear it?
Ooh.
A weathered woman in a dirty sea captain's tunic babbles breathlessly to herself, and somewhere nearby you hear a bell ringing.
I can also see someone ringing the bell, but anyway.
The bell rings a warning and the tide is on the turn, and I without my compass.
But she did not heed her lookout warning. Her own ghostly crewman still rings his bell. If she had a compass, she must have been the captain. Ask her where her ship lies.
The ship is in the locker, on the bottom in the rocky shallows, and all are drowned but me. And yet, can you hear? The bell rings on.
Yeah,
The
I
bell
see.
haunts me yet, and it would drive me mad.
Yeah, tell her you hear the bells and cruel laughter too.
I'm haunted by my crew. They ring the bell to drive me mad. Please make it stop.
She buries her head in her hands and cries.
Make it stop.
Okay. Let's see, maybe we can...
The ghostly seaman rings his bell, his hate directed at his captain. He turns to you.
Spoke to the lady captain, didn't you? I seen you cozying up. Are you hers, you bag of bones? Or sail you with us?
Tell him you don't like the sea. No, we got this one. Tell him it's time to set sail himself. His life is over. He can go to the Hall of Echoes.
I'm doing my duty here, I am. I'm the lookout and I'm ringing the bell. Rocks ahead, Captain. There's no lighthouse here.
Curiosity kills the cat.
What do we got? Intelligence 15. Right. Lighthouse here. Rocks ahead. Intelligence. Move on.
But I'm on duty here. There are rocks ahead and the captain must know it.
Tell him he is
He
relieved.
blinks once, twice. A single salty tear drips from one ghostly eye. The bell falls silent. He raises a finger to his temple in salute and fades away.
Problem solved.
She babbles breathlessly on, barely aware you're there, and nearby sounds a ringing bell.
No, there's no bell.
My ears are still a ringing.
Tell her the bell should ring no more.
And I have you to thank for it? Then thank you, I surely do. That accursed bell lies with the peacemaker, on the bottom in the rocky shallows. My compass lies there too.
Okay, and ask her what happened to the peacemaker cargo, if there was one. It must have salvaged value. Yeah, but what about the compass?
The compass surely lies on the bottom, near where the ship was wrecked. Take it with my blessing, if you can find it. My sailing days are done.
And now give me that location. That could help.
Let me mark your chart. But you be warned. stay off the wreck itself. Let her lie as a monument to her dead crew, and as testament to my mistake.
Done and done. But what happened to the Peacemaker cargo?
She goes white as the proverbial ghost.
You've got no call to go looking for no cargo. Far as anyone's concerned, we sailed with an empty hold, and if there's anything left to salvage, you leave it where it is.
Why?
Heed me. Leave the cargo of the Peacemaker alone.
She turns away. Conversation over.
Interesting. And we can get ourselves a medium Thunderoon because that is a permanent consumable thingamajig. So, nice. But I have to...
She stares off into the distance at some...
There we go. Good. Now I can just take all of the items down here. Yes, there's one teeny problem. I have absolutely no clue. What do we have? We can get some gold, some cheeses, maybe some porridge, some apples. The bowl's not necessary, but the silver glass definitely is cool. Hey, look at that, more gold. So, is that one locked? Of course it's locked. It's always locked. Alright.
Trust me. I can see a sorcerer from a mile away.
From a mile away.
Curiosity kills the cat, or gets its sense of Fort Joy.
Hey, look at that.
You're willing to risk Fort Joy for one night with a lizard.
The thing is, you only have to, always have to move it to the right, and you can't actually move it downwards, away from the crew. It's really weird. So, let's see, let's pick this one. The fact that there are barrels moving left and right is just so strange. One of them just gets the items. Oh, look at this. Captain Ablewether's hat. Hydrosophism, healing ritual, and some wits. That's a nice one. And also a shirt. I could try this to get this to someone. Is this picture of any value? Let's see. Ah, it's one of those pictures. Actually really good. What about the plate? The plate could be good. Could also just be... Oh, not garbage. Look at that. Look at that. So, yeah, we got this one. That's a mirror and some landscape that we can sell. And is there more? Nah, this one can just be moved around. There's some soap there, but that's definitely not necessary. Alright. So, let's save. Does she not notice a thing? Which is perfect. Let's keep it at that. Alright, attempt to manage some of my items again. So this one goes to Fane. That one can be sold. That one gets identified. Arrow Thurge and HP. That one can be sold. It's not as good. Captain Ablewether's diary. The tide turns. I have no compass. Let these scribblings bring me choppy thoughts to leeward. The compass lies in the rocky shallows with the Peacemaker and her dead crew. The bell rings a warning yet, though the wreck be many miles from here, over the hills and the bluffs, a small inlet in the shadow of a keep, with rocky shallows for the beach and the drive too low for us. I walked the woods to make it back to port, though the fearful forests with their harrowed screaming and the wrecking pain. I almost thanked the bell, though it drove me all insane for blocking out the night. The Peacemaker lies wrecked along the coast, another one for the Reaper. The tide turns, and I, without my compass, gods blast this infernal bell. Right. And that's something that can be sold, same as this. That's gonna be kept. That can be sold. That's a thin Gambison. That could be useful. I don't know. What am I gonna do with that? It just has 10 physical armor. It's what about the weight? 0.3. That's a funny thing. That one goes to me. That one goes to that prince. Ready. And now everything is done and done. Time to look around a bit more. So, let's see. What do we have? What about those two? Brax and...
Shame it is.
It is what? Part of the scribe. I don't know if I got this one.
Absolute shame.
That's what they're talking about. What shame.
Alexander, slaughtered like a supper lamb. poor dear.
It ain't right.
It ain't right. Never thought I'd say this. I hope they round up them sorcerers for good. I ain't needing one sick and avoid working on me.
You said it, Hilga. You're a true patriot.
Aw, come on, fellas.
Hilga jabbers excitedly with Brax, but the two go quiet as you approach.
Interesting. Very interesting indeed. What about this one? Origin of Lucian. There's a lot of origins of Lucian going about. Magister Tatcher.
With a dip of her head, she indicates that you should talk to her companion. Then she turns back to her drink.
Doesn't have that many items. Okay. Who's that? Edden.
Curiosity kills the cat, or gets it sent to Fort Joe. Yeah? What do you want?
Looking at you. Okay, that's not much. Tell her you just had a really interesting experience upstairs with a rather sexy lizard. Could that be the one? Remark that you died. She could help you with what you really want.
Charming. While you're here, how about you make yourself useful and settle an argument for us?
Okay, what's the disagreement?
Tatcher here is one of my dearest friends, but she isn't the brightest.
How so?
Tatcher grins hello.
Our mate Boris got posted to Fort Joy for consorting with lizards, and Tatcher here still fancies a turn around the park with Loverick's lizard. I say she'd be sleeping with the enemy. What say you?
Doesn't really matter.
They look at you expectantly.
Right. Note that if Thatcher is looking for romance, she should look no further than her partner. It must be clear to everyone that Edden here is deeply in love with her. What? What? Tell her the world is going to hell anyway. She should have fun while she can. Definitely. But what about this mystic thing?
Thatcher bursts out laughing. Edden goes bright red.
Ooh.
Get lost before I throw you in a cell for disrespecting a magister. 2 magisters. The magisters.
Thatcher doesn't look disrespected. Thatcher looks amused.
Disrespecting one magister's enough. Go on. Get lost.
She turns back to her drink.
Aww.
Yeah? What do you want?
Tell her you just had a really interesting experience upstairs. Yeah. Tell her you want nothing at all. Well.
Did you? Tell me. How was it? My friend Tatcher here reckons she'd like to do the same, despite the fact that it could see her posted to Fort Joy. I think she's crazy. What say you?
Definitely I better.
There, Tatcher, I told you. It's just not worth the risk. And if you still want to try it, I'll report you to Carver myself.
Nah, come on, stop that.
Thatcher shrugs into her beer, unconvinced. She tips you a wink, then turns away.
Right. What else we got? They're all looking all over the place. I could actually try to get this painting. Just have to move like this. There we go. Get that, and... Well, the shoes aren't really worth that. Landscape thingy, that's pretty neat. That one goes to me again. Good. Oh, there's actually another painting. Painting of a man. Wait, no. I just looked at it in a different way. This is actually the painting of a man. Painting of the man that speaks. Not the man that speaks, but the painting that speaks, which is weird. What about this one? How could I do this? How could I cannot move this thing, sadly. So wait a minute, it's it's weird. Oh, that might be the room of the son of the thingamajig. There's a lot of stuff here. An absolute ton of stuff. Okay, there's a wooden figurine. Ooh, okay. Good. Seems to be a lot that we can get. Cradles and silly booger blanks. Okay, I read this one before. There's actually nothing that interesting. Fishbone. Most organic matter can be turned to purpose. Use with caution. I think I got this for crafting purposes somewhere. So the wooden doll can be sold. Toy wooden block. I mean, it's just worth 1 gold. It's definitely does not matter. Buckets I want to keep. Treatise on humanity. Yes, read. Wooden doll again. Oh, there's a face ripper. What? Procure a ripped off face that can be used for shapeshifting. Huh. Look at that. Another face ripper.
Good
What?
find.
How does this fella have a face ripper in his stash? Just lying about. That makes no sense. Modern pestle. That's kind of funny. The cup. Is the cup good and all? I don't know. Yeah, is the cup good? Yeah. The cup may be fillable with stuff, but I usually don't fill thing. Wait a minute. Why can't I reach that? There we go. There's a... Okay, what's going on with the quill? Why can't I reach that? There we go. You gotta be kidding me. Okay. Someone probably has like telekinesis. There we go. I have telekinesis. I'm large enough in order to get the items off the top shelf. Problem. I don't care about it that much, so I have to move it about. Right. And what about this chest? It has a toy wooden block again, and a teddy. Let's just leave that one be. That's another book. What else we got? What's this? Some kind of like skull with a candle on it. Hey, nice. Another journal. Some shoes. Bowls and there's an empty honey jar. Yes. The dead rat. Oh. And there's a lot of stuff in here. Either it was like that before, or someone actually looked through this in order to find something very specific. Let's see, toy sword is not worth that much. Hey, look at that, a fortification scroll. That can be useful. Also, I was looking into how... Oh, dwarven dagger, that could be useful. Yep. What about this one? Another dwarven dagger, wait a minute. There we go. And there's another empty honey jar. Another empty honey jar. And what is a place? Whatever this is. No, bollocks. The toy sword's not worth that much. Okay, I can't get that thing. Religion of Lucian. There's another toy sword. I have to get rid of the toy sword that I got. Where is the thing? Toy sword. There. Actually, I should have at least looked at the scaling of it, though. Right, what else we got? There's a box with nothing in it. Another cupboard. Another dead rat. Jesus Christ, what's going on here? Meat cleaver. Stuff in here. There's just there's a troll head hanging about like that. That's the strangest thing. You don't have a troll head lying about. Oh, look at that. A helmet. A really, 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 really good helmet. And a flower pot. Sweet. Sweet, 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 sweet. But there's nothing else in here. Pretty interesting. So, let's identify this. And warfare and pyrokinetic. We can sell that. There we go. What about this book? Rock of Ages. Hubert herein ruminates on the powers of certain sorcerers to manipulate the very earth beneath the earth. Great boulders may fly through the air, the dirt may mutate and poison the unwary, and the warrior may become a walking, fortified redoubt. Hubert goes to great pains to seem both disgusted and baffled, but mostly he seems fascinated.
Of course it's not true.
And no, that one stays. Dwarven dagger, that's usually something that I can get rid of in another way. Guide to trolls. T is for troll. The term troll behavior refers to da-da-da-da. Some adventurers insist that burning or poisoning may prevent the troll from regenerating. Imagine their surprise when a troll da-da-da-da. So there are different kind of trolls. And you just have to figure out what their weakness is. I don't know their weakness, which is a bit weird. What about this one? I can deduct one recipe from this book, but da-da-da-da. Creepy dead magic requires one shadow and ghoulish ingredients, skulls and bone marrow. With parchment and paper, you then can compose malevolent magic and sinister scrolls. Oh, I love those rhymes. I just love those. Like a puzzle and recipe, experience, and so on. But we already know this one, which is a bit sad. What about this journal? But the Blanchard boy was lame and had no use of his left foot anyway, and I gave him plenty of amber ale to numb the pain as well. And quite kind of me, all things considered. Mother's punishments were formidable. Next time, I'll do what must needs be done, so that she'll never find out. I can only blame myself for leaving the Blanchard boy alive. Okay, can be sold as well. Let's keep that, Ark City, Volume 5. Holiday makes a cautionary statement not to attempt a challenge called the Path of Blood. Okay, no blood path, done. Treatise on Humanity, where the 7 gods exist not now, nor ever have gods. Fairy tales, phantoms. What more? Who could mistake the mysteries of nature for a hand of a ghost? The bounty and beauty of nature, it seems foolish to assign this wonder to some unknown and unknowing entity. Some may request I cast my mind's gaze not upon the lilies on the field, but upon the soul of man and the higher beasts. But this, I submit, that I have inspected the inner workings of man and beasts, living and dead, and I have found no soul, only squirming red and bleeding purple. There was no god in those private chambers. Good, and then there's another Facebook Book of Rhyme. Within the children's rhymes written on the pages, you find a curious chant entitled Alice, Alice. Yeah, Metis Alice and whatnot. Let's get rid of that. There's a toy shield that can be sold. And another face. Like, there's thousands of face rippers. Just don't know what to do with those. Anyway.
And I'm saying you can trust me.
Let's just do that, and we can move on. It's just a question. How do you... Wait a minute, there's another Book of Rhymes. Look at that. Another Mortal and Pestle thing. What else we got? There's another cup. The sweeper is not worth much. And... a War Machine's Companion, whatever that is.
I'm not in love with you.
No. Okay, so this is the large room. I think I should rather go to the room furthest north of here. So let's go into this one. Yeah, and let's just close it so we have a bit more space. Look at that, the ghost can pass through walls. The landscape can then go. This little companion describes how to keep all war gear and machinery up and running. What bolt to tighten and what wheels to oil, you had no idea. The maintenance of all these stuff was such a handful. One of the pages describes how someone's oil flask once caught fire, so you decide to make note of it in your recipe under grenades. I read this one before. Very interesting read, though. And another Alice thing. That one goes as well. Good. So, time to open up some chests. That one has a pillow with feathers inside. Feathers that can be utilized. I am not going to get this pan with me. Origins of Lucian again. Power of Pilgrimage. Okay. Do we... that one can be sold. Pilgrimage. Ark Celebrate Divine Lucian. Yada yada yada. And I got that one done. Good. So, next chest. Some leather. Right. Some more scrap and stuff. Actually, do I need the linen? Bed linen. Useless. It says it's useless, so... is it really useless? Or can we, like, maybe, I don't know, cut it into pieces also? That would be neat. There's a bedside table. Then there's a bit more. What about this one? Healing advertisements. Yeah, I got that one. But that could actually be worth a little bit. And a helmet bucket. Perfect. So, healing advertisements... That one goes. And that is a strange, well-worn chest. Oh, look at that. That's another book run. The Flight of the Phoenix. That's something that I've read before. Would be nice if that actually teaches you in a spell or so. The sprawling epic poem tells the tale of a Burchak, a human oil magnate who owned all of the Black Pits. Yeah. The thing is, the Black Pits are extremely flammable if you're not careful. Washing tub with washboard. Yeah. So, let's see, let's get a wee bit closer. Open this. Good. There's actually a lock in front of it. That's weird. So we got ourselves some panties. Okay, a brass ring, that's good. Amethyst, dirty socks, not necessary. Why is that panties? That's weird. But why do I have gold? Gold, not like, why did I get experience? There we go. Makes no sense whatsoever. So, let's see. Let's go to Fane, because Fane can thief. And pickpocket can't reach. Pillow. Really? We're not going to steal pillows. What's wrong with people? Alright, let's talk to the fellow.
Weathered and rugged, the man sleeps soundly. He mumbles in his slumber.
There's bad things in the caves. Bad dwarf things.
Okay. It could be the caves below the tavern.
His eyes flick wide open, but he's clearly asleep.
Ask about the bad dwarf things.
Blood and oil do mix, after all.
Okay. He's sleep talking. It's gibberish, leave it be. Nope.
His eyes flick wide open, but he's clearly asleep.
That's what he means. Blood and oil. What?
The island is ruined and doesn't have a name. Don't go there.
Okay, let's try to get as much out of him as possible.
His eyes flick wide open, but he's clearly asleep.
Give me a name.
There's no graveyard on the island.
Okay. Island, oil, whatever.
Startled, he opens his eyes, but he's staring into the distance. He's still asleep.
Okay, where is the graveyard?
Sawdust and wolves, mother. Sawdust and wolves.
Jesus.
His eyes flick wide open, but he's clearly asleep.
Dusty wolves, mate.
Arcs for Lucian's day sounds nice, mother.
Startled, he opens his eyes, but he's staring into the distance. He's still asleep.
Alright.
His eyes flicker open, but he looks like he's still asleep.
Leave my stuff alone.
He goes back to sleep.
Huh. Weird. Okay, so somehow we got something, but there's no quest that has changed. Or at least, if a quest... Actually, what I have to do is, like, look at this. Illusions Loyalist, yada yada. Rise of the Dwarves, Rare Prey, we discovered the Lone Wolf contract now. The Red Prince was waylaid by paid assassins. We want more of that. Some beast stuff. Good. Now I know which quest is actually the one that gets updated. Because it's usually the green one. Wait a minute. Hey, more gold. Wait, there's a bottle of wine. Yeah, let's get this one. And another bucket. Really have to do something about that. Didn't I just... Ah, no. It was the comparison with the helmet that we were at the moment. That makes no sense. Good. So... No, there are just some guardsmen that I have to get around somehow. Let's just end the episode because it's a long one already. Until next time then, like, subscribe it. Ta-ta!